Kids, while all the hippies were out smoking pot in the 60s, there was one badass who was slaying bodies, and that was James Robinson. He and his fellow soldiers were massively outnumbered by a Viet Cong battalion in April 11th, 1966. Snipers, artillery, and automatic fire ripped through the trees, and his men were falling all around him. Robinson's men were running out of ammo, and the casualties were piling up. It was time to take drastic measures, or surely they would all die there. The snipers were taking out most of them, so he decided to deal with them first. He grabbed his grenade launcher and dashed around until he spotted muzzle flashes. He carefully placed his shots and lovingly removed the snipers' heads from their bodies. The intense fire was not letting up at all. Nevertheless, he moved around between his dead soldiers, grabbing ammo and guns and bringing them to the able-bodied ones so they could continue to fire. He then spotted a wounded soldier in front of his position and went to drag him back to safety. As he provided aid, a round ripped through his leg and he took note of where that came from, so he could let them know that he didn't appreciate that. With his friends safe from incoming fire, he darted back out towards the giant machine gun nest to give them a piece of his mind and possibly settle the score from that round to the leg earlier. There was just one problem. He had no more ammo left, and he didn't really want to go after these machine gunners with just his fists. I mean, he's not David Bleak. As he dove around dodging rounds, he found the perfect solution. Grenades! He grabbed two and took off running towards the nest, with vengeance in his eyes and grenades in his hands. Rounds whizzed past his head, and a tracer got so close that it went right through his pants and caught his trousers on fire. He stopped just long enough to discard his flaming clothes and continue on to the enemy. He was now a naked warrior on a full-on death mission in a dead sprint with 2 grenades and no gun. 2 more rounds tore through his chest, stopping him dead in his tracks. It was the end of the line. He used the last of his strength to chuck the 2 grenades as far as he could before collapsing to the ground and died. The 2 grenades landed square in the machine gun nest, blowing the whole group of enemies apart into a fine pink mist and tiny chunks of Viet Cong. His final act of insane bravery reinvigorated his wounded men, who then rallied each other to defeat the numerically superior Viet Cong battalion. James Robinson? Well, he was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor, and probably the only guy that blew people up with his balls exposed. My man.